At a railway station in a bustling city, there lived a beggar who survived by asking for alms from passengers traveling on incoming and outgoing trains. One day, as he was begging, he noticed a tall man in a suit passing by. The man appeared wealthy, and the beggar thought, "This man looks rich. If I ask him for money, he'll surely give me a good amount." He approached the tall man and asked for alms. The man, observing the beggar, said, "You always keep asking. Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am just a beggar. I spend my life asking others. How could I ever give anything to anyone?" The tall man responded, "If you can't give anything to anyone, you have no right to ask. I am a businessman, and I believe in the principle of give and take. If you have something to give me, only then can I give you something in return." Saying this, the man boarded his train and left. The beggar was left pondering over the tall man's words. Those words struck a chord in his heart. He thought, "Perhaps the reason I don't receive much alms is that I don't give anything in return, but I am a beggar. What could I possibly give to others?" For 2 days this thought consumed him, but he couldn't find an answer. On the third day, as he sat near the station, he noticed some flowers blooming on plants nearby. A thought occurred to him. Why not offer flowers in return for alms? He liked the idea, so he picked a few flowers and started his new routine. Now, whenever someone gave him alms, he offered them a flower in return. The recipients cherished the flowers and kept them. Soon the beggar noticed that more and more people started giving him alms. He began collecting all the flowers from the station area and handing them out in exchange for alms. As long as he had flowers, people generously gave him money. However, when his flowers ran out, the alms would stop. This became his daily practice. One day, as he was begging, he noticed the same tall man on the train, the one who had inspired him to give flowers in return for alms. The beggar quickly approached him and said, "Today, I have something to give you in exchange for your alms. Here are some flowers." The tall man smiled and gave him some money, and the beggar handed him a flower in return. The man was delighted and said, "Wow, today you've become a businessman just like me." Taking the flower, the man got off at his station. Once again, his words resonated deeply with the beggar. He felt a sense of happiness and pride. For the first time, he realized he held the key to his own success, the ability to change his life. With newfound determination, he stood up, looked to the sky, and shouted, "I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I too can become rich." People around him thought he had gone mad. But from that day onward, the beggar was never seen at the station again. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 well-dressed men in suits were traveling. They noticed each other, and one extended his hand saying, "Do you recognize me?" The second man replied, "No, I don't think we've met before." The first man smiled and said, "Think again. We've met not once, but twice before." The second man was puzzled and asked, "When did we meet earlier?" The first man explained, "We met twice on this very train. I am the beggar you once refused to give money to. In our second meeting, you bought flowers from me." The second man, astonished, exclaimed, "Oh, I remember. You're the beggar I met before. But where are you going today, dressed so well? What do you do now?" The first man smiled and said, "Yes, I was that beggar, but today I am a successful flower merchant. I am traveling to another city for business." He continued, "You taught me the natural law of give and take during our first meeting. I realized that to receive, we must also give. That principle changed my life. At first I thought of myself only as a beggar, but during our second meeting, you helped me see that I had already become a businessman. I began viewing myself differently, and others followed suit. People weren't giving me alms. They were paying for my flowers. They appreciated their value. I started saving money from selling flowers and invested it into buying more flowers. Over time, I built a thriving flower business. The locals loved flowers, and their love helped me grow into a successful merchant." The 2 businessmen, now equals, smiled and walked together, discussing their ventures. Moral of the story. This story teaches us that life follows the law of give and take. The beggar embraced this principle and transformed his life. By changing his mindset and self-perception, he unlocked the door to success. Success begins with a change in mindset. Believe in yourself, respect your abilities, and aim high. When you think big, you achieve greatness. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you to think differently and strive for success, Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Secrets of Life, for more life-changing stories. Stay tuned, because your next step to greatness might just be one story away.